What will happen to mythics in the near future? What happened to them not that long ago? What were their drop rates? Where did they come from? And what can be crafted right now? Hello everyone. Today's video is a bit of a farewell to an era. I am going to craft 181 actual mythic items. Their time is coming to an end, and they will no longer exist in Diablo 4 in their current form. The historical mythic drop rates are shown in the spreadsheet linked in the description. There was a time when getting a mythic was a real event, but now they are just trash. Back in Season 9 and earlier, mythics could only be obtained from Uber bosses and nowhere else. They dropped exclusively from Ubers. During that season, I collected statistics and ended up getting 130 mythics from 4,095 Uber kills. The drop rate was 3.17%. After salvaging all 130 mythics, I started crafting new ones. By the end of Season 9, I had obtained and crafted a total of 260 mythics combined. The spreadsheet linked in the description contains detailed data showing how many mythics of each type dropped, their percentage share, how many were crafted from resplendent sparks, their percentage share, and the total combined numbers along with the overall distribution percentages. I also marked the number of mythics with 2 or more greater affixes that dropped naturally, as well as the same statistics for crafted mythics. The same data is available for Season 10, and that was basically the end of it. Starting with Season 11, mythics began dropping like trash loot. Now they are being phased out completely, meaning they are being redesigned and made even more accessible, including through crafting. In reality, the changes are much deeper than they may seem. Mythic is no longer a type but an item rarity. Here is what that looks like with an example. Starting in Season 14, crafting a mythic requires a legendary item and a new resource called Pandemonium Fragment. The process works like this. You put in a pair of boots and receive a random armor item. That item could be a helmet, chest armor, gloves, pants, or boots. These are no longer mythics in the old sense. Instead, they become unique items with mythic rarity. A mythic can now be either a traditional mythic item with its unique aspect or any other unique item upgraded to mythic rarity. When upgrading a unique item this way, it remains the same unique item. Most of its stats are random except for 1 or 2, and the aspect stays the same but receives a 30% increase. Do not get your hopes up. You will not be able to find a great legendary item with a couple of greater affixes and turn it into a mythic. During the transformation process, all stats are re-rolled randomly. Not just the value ranges, but the actual affixes themselves. Items are divided into categories: jewelry, armor, two-handed weapons, and one-handed weapons. The most predictable and easiest category is two-handed weapons because they always turn into another two-handed weapon. One-handed weapons can become any type of one-handed weapon or an offhand item. The hardest category will be armor because it includes 5 different item types. Those are the exciting times waiting for us. Today, I am going to craft mythics. The ones I need with greater affixes I will keep. The ones without greater affixes will be salvaged immediately. Then I will repeat the process until I run out of sparks. Sparks can be obtained by salvaging mythic items and from the seasonal journey cache. Occasionally, a spark can also drop from a regular Tree of Whispers cache if the appropriate node has been selected in the war plan board. I am not going to craft specific mythics using runes and the jeweler, because mythics themselves are not particularly useful to me anymore. This video is simply a farewell to an entire era. By the way, starting in Season 14, the blacksmith will still allow players to craft random mythics. These will remain the original mythic items we know today. Although the aspects on the most popular mythics have been nerfed, that is standard Blizzard behavior. In addition to aspect nerfs, most stats will no longer be fixed and will instead become random, with only one stat remaining guaranteed on each item. The preliminary list of how they will ruin each specific item is shown on the screen. However, this could be changed in one direction or another in the final patch, or it could appear in an unpredictable form without any announcement. This kind of thing does happen. Starting in Season 14 at the occultist, we will be able to craft new mythic items. These are the ones crafted from unique items, but by item type. Here too, you will need specific runes for each type of item. It looks bleak. You need 6 runes of each type and 2 sparks. and what you get is a random item of that type. The item can not only be any item of that type, but can also have any stats on it. Although we will be able to change the stats in the cube using the same method by which we change stats on legendary items in Season 13. Personally, it seems to me that the changes to mythic items are a fatal mistake. These attempts to play at crafting look ridiculous. There is already a game out there that has a decade of effort invested into its crafting system. There is no need to create a pathetic imitation of it. They have completely devalued both legendary and unique items. Now, there will no longer be that one type of item that everyone hunts for and gets with a 2% chance, as was the case with Mythics before Season 10. Although, where logic cries, marketing laughs. They will probably introduce some other type of super primal item. Thoughts like that make reason stop crying and start sobbing. Enough sobbing, let us have some fun. First batch. The crafting moment for the first batch did not save, but only for the first batch. Now we can craft 33 items at a time. Previously, you could only craft 20 at a time. I will show the items with multiple stars, keeping the ones that are usable and that I need. Spoiler, there will only be 2 of those. The rest I will salvage for sparks. Let me remind you that crafting requires 2 sparks and a little gold, and salvaging them gives 1 spark each. And I performed this simple action 4 times at 33 items, then 25 items once, then 12, then 6, then 3, then 2, and then 1. How many of each specific mythic dropped I am not counting because I have already shown you clearly. The larger the sample size, the closer the values are to each other. In other words, the drop chance or crafting chance of any mythic is the same. As for items with stars, here is the story. I got 1 item with 4 greater affixes, 1 with 3, 7 with 2 greater affixes. In total, that is 9 items with 2 or more greater affixes, which is approximately 5% of the total of 181. That is roughly the same as it was before. There were also 31 items with 1 greater affix. So that is everything regarding crafting mythics. In the end, I got 1 Tyrael's Might with 4 greater affixes for my collection and 2 items that were usable for crafting. I need a helmet and a ring with only a star in critical strike chance, and out of the 181 I crafted, there turned out to be only 2 such items. I went and crafted them, spoiler alert, unsuccessfully. Unsuccessful in the sense that they did not improve my character. So in Season 13, playing as a sorcerer, I cleared Pit Tier 150 with a ball lightning build. There is a guide on the channel, the tower is harder. I have only cleared Tier 146 so far. So that is what a weak player I turned out to be. That is truly everything now. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you did not like it, hit the like button anyway. And no matter what, write a comment. I would be grateful for a subscription. Thank you for watching. Bye.